2005 Honda Civic 1.7 D17A1 non-VTEC. We're doing a clutch. We're doing a XTD. I don't know if it's a stage 2, stage 3. And also a catback exhaust to replace what he got going on here. So issue was we got a super high clutch pedal, and when he gets on it, you can feel it slipping. So we're just starting. All I did was remove the battery and I drained the fluid out. We're restarting the timer. Something happened. We're not going to talk about it. But all we've done is we drained the fluid. What happened was I lost the drain bolt. It was in the pan. I got a lot going on in here. Anyways, all we've done, we take the battery off. We drain the transmission. Everything else complete. Got a little ahead of myself. So what we've done so far, we removed the battery. We removed some connectors, or one connector. We've taken off our shifter linkages. Have like a nylon and a metal washer. Clouder pins holding them. Next, we're going to slide off our retaining clips. After we do those, we're going to go for our starter and then our slave cylinder, just to get more access so that we can see what's going on better. After the slave, we'll raise the car and take the axles out. All right, just notice as we got our cables unhooked, I want to say that's our reverse switch. No, that's our speed sensor on the back. It's right here. All right, so we have our starter out, two 14mm bolts. We took our slave cylinder off completely so that we don't have a leak. And that don't look good. It just came out. All right, pretty much everything is off on top. I'm gonna take this 10mm off of the bracket, and we can take our axles out. Okay, we're gonna take our axles. I'm taking that one out. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna try and just pull it forward, loosen our axle bolt. We'll take our strut bolts out, probably this brake line as well, so that we don't damage it. Oh look, that's what I was talking about on the brake lines. It's the same type of clip to take this out. Yeah, and we'll get the axles out. After we get the axles out, we'll see what's going on there. All right, we have our axles out of the spindles. I'm gonna pop this one out. I'm gonna pop them both out just to make sure I don't have any issues of trying to move around. All right, we have our axles out, and I gotta take off this bottom bracket, rear mount and front mount, which is gonna have my engine really kind of just hanging. So once I go back up top, I'll have to brace the engine. Got the bros handling the exhaust for me. Much appreciated, guys. Let's see if we can get it on. Once you get the bracket off, got a cover here, 2 tins. All right, we've completely removed our front mount. Has 3 bolts holding it in. 114, 2 17s. We took 4 17s out on the rear mount. 1, 2, 3. Well, this is just a transmission bolt, but there's 4 bolts on the rear. Gonna go ahead and pull our lower bolts. Our engine right now is held by the left and right mounts. We're almost there. All right, we're taking off our mount bolt. All of our transmission bolts are off. You can see a split beginning. We have a jack with a wood block under the engine, have another jack so my transmission don't fall out. And we're gonna see if we can slide it out. This was a lot more than I thought it would be. Ended up dropping that stud frame. Sure did. But we got it out. Subframe still on driver's side, so I can easily line it up once it's time for it to come off. Just got our bolts out for the clutch. Definitely some heat marks. So this clutch doesn't look old, but it is worn. I think you were right, Jay. The way they had that pedal adjusted might have. All right. Our clutch disc does have life left, but what I noticed was when I'm looking at my pressure plate, definitely has heat marks also on the the flywheel. So I know if these two got hot, then that got hot too. Possibly while we was feeling slippage. Throwout bearing, where'd it go? There it is. It's not in the best shape. Not in the best shape at all. But this is our halfway point. I got another job to go do, and we'll come back later on and put it all back together. All right, we're in reverse order. We got our pilot bearing in our flywheel. Earlier this morning, used the old freezer. Put the bearing in the freezer. Trick. Did nicely. I did have to tap it in a little bit, but it wasn't bad at all. We have our flywheel torque. First sense all data. 87 foot-pounds. That's tight. Gonna go ahead and try and get our clutch disc lined up and the pressure plate on. All right, clutch disc ready. Make sure you grease the splines. Make sure you use the correct tool, alignment tool, and I recommend spraying your machine surfaces down with some brake clean to clean off any adhesive or something they might have put on when they was making them. Make sure you have the right side of the clutch disc facing out. And what I mean by cleaning off that, you want to clean that surface off. Let's see if I can get a clean side of my rag. I haven't really touched this at all. You can see there is a little bit of residue on there. Just want to make sure you get as clean as possible. All right, all data, directions, pressure blade, bolting sequence, and mounting torque. 19 foot-pounds, going 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. All right, we have it on and torqued. Moving our alignment tool, and this feels pretty great. All right, so next we have the awesome job of replacing the transmission, but I bought new mounts because these were pretty shot, and I didn't want to put it back together like that. So we'll get our mounts on and begin to get this transmission back on. Hopefully we can get it out, maybe today, but tomorrow for sure. Okay, so we put the rear mount on. I'm gonna do the rest later. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the trans mount. I think I like how the Honda mount looks better. Grease the splines a little bit. Also, where our fork, not our fork, where our fork goes, make sure we grease these, clean that up, grease that, and grease that. So since the motor mounts needed to come out and the engine hoist I would have normally used to get this job done is someone is using it. So I have to do this on the ground. I'm using my jack to jack my transmission up. This doesn't weigh much, especially once you drain it. It is heavy, but you can do it if you have decent back mobility. But I'm gonna lift it up as much as I can, and I'll wiggle it on and get my boat started. All right, the transmission is back on. We have a few bolts started. I took this time to put this bracket back on so that I can eventually put the transmission mount. And I like to have the engine hanging so that it can swing back and forth, and I can get the front and rear mounts connected with it being able to swing. In order to get this bracket off, I had to remove the reverse sensor. So I'm gonna torque that down, get my brackets back on, and then we'll go on with the transmission mount. All right, we have transmission mount in. We have the new engine mount in. And next we're going to get our rear mount on, front mount on, and get our subframe pulled back up. We're done with this. Now our engine can swing freely. For the subframe, I left the driver's side in. It's loosened, but it's still threaded. So I'll just use the jack to bring this side back up. And once I get it lined there, I'll secure it and get everything kind of locked in. I am going to put the slave back on before I go any further. All right, we're underneath again. I'm gonna put the front mount in first so that we can easily get the rear mount in. Once the front mount is in, the rear mount will pretty much line straight up, which is already kind of doing. I gotta put that last engine mount bolt in as well, and the cover for a flywheel. And then we'll work on the exhaust. Okay, our mounts are in. These Amazon mounts were not the best, but we made them work. Pretty much transmission job is done. I just need to put the fluid in it and the axles and hook everything on top. So since I have the car raised, we're gonna go ahead and do the exhaust. Have to reuse the old gasket because this new one is larger than the old. So yeah. All right, got the exhaust on and hung, tightened, torqued, all that fun. Not really sure how well that used donut will do, but it might do the job for me. Let's get these axles in. Before I go any further, I just removed my, where did I put it? Oh, up here, sorry y'all. I just removed my fuel plug, drain plug, fuel plug. I'm going to put my fluid in before I put the axle in, because the axle will make it a little rougher to get it filled, and I have a little feeler thing I'm gonna use. Just so y'all can see, this is how I'm doing it. This is the hose for a filler type of thing, get from parts store. I don't think this will fit on the Honda style. Maybe it will. Nah, I was right. Thanks, Honda. So I'm gonna pour it through here, and it's gonna end up there. All right, She's back together, sounding good. I got gears. Yeah. Letting it warm up. Make sure I got my fluid levels correct. And I'm backing this mug out of here. The exhaust sounds pretty good. It hasn't warmed up yet, so I'm not gonna hit it. And plus, we're still in the shop.